So welcome in Tycoon Global Media Podcast. Today we have a personality all the way from Florida, USA. We welcome Mr. Joseph LeBas. He is a CEO and founder of Concorde Group Holding LLC, and we welcome him in India, New Delhi. Welcome, sir. It is pleasant and wonderful having you here in my podcast show, Tycoon Global Media Podcast. Namaskar.
Namaste, Sanjeev ji.
Yeah. So, Mr. Joe, you have started with technology, CRE now, and now you are having into development, like developer. So, talk about more about yourself, how you have started, and how this paradigm shift from technology to CRE, and now from here to business development in real estate.
Well, happy to answer that. Let me start off by saying this is my 25th year coming to India.
Wow!
So I'm happy to be here once again, and as we would say, 25 years. Somebody should give me a gold watch, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So I'm still waiting, but I've been blessed and fortunate over this time to have some great teams, and we built. We were fortunate to build 4 software companies, and I like to say we found them good homes with HP, IBM, NASDAQ, and the New York Stock Exchange. But most of those companies were around data science, data analytics, machine learning. We like to say those were the older brother or maybe the uncle of what's called artificial intelligence or AI today. So as you asked, how did we get here? How did we get to commercial real estate? But about a decade ago, after I had basically retired, we never really retire, we just find a new passion, if you will. Retired from software, I was looking out over the marketplace and I said, where can we apply some of these data sciences, this data analytics? And commercial real estate was really what I called a Luddite business still. It was kind of a pen and pad business. People were really making decisions based on their gut, or maybe there's a lot of cars driving by, or, oh, this looks like a good location. And I said, what if we could apply this kind of data science, data analytics to the commercial real estate market?
Very nice.
And that's what we did. And we started in the Southeast, applying that to really making some concrete decisions about acquisition. And then the technology came along that we could make data-driven decisions about operations as well. And I'll get more into that. But that's really where it went. And now we follow the data, where we make buying decisions, operating decisions, and that's taking us even more globally now.
So how this real estate development happened, and how do you see this project called Zenova living in Dubai?
Yeah, well, that's great. So basically, as I said, we follow the data. So when we talk about Dubai, where else in the world can you see 16% year-over-year growth in any state, city, town? So we looked at, just as we were building software companies, we always had more formidable, larger competitors, right? We were going against the Microsofts or the IBMs of the world, and we said, well, how do we beat these guys? We do something different. And when we looked at Dubai, I think everyone can understand Dubai. They see the skyscrapers, they see the large, big name developers that have staked out, an early lead there. And we say, okay, how can we now see an area that in the U.S. we do a lot of commercial, we do retail, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but Zenova, which stands for New Life. We said, how can we give this market something new? And in that case, it's luxury, high quality villas for living. Dubai, through its rapid growth, which has really only been the last 25 years, has gone from an investor market to an end user market. So people are now moving their families, they're moving their lives there. It's not just, hey, can I buy something and hope the appreciation goes up and sell it for a higher cost? Yes. Now people really want to move their lives there. So can we give them a high quality luxury villa, which are in short supply? The data shows that there's 10,000 to 15,000 shortage of villas. Now, when I say a villa, a villa can be anything from 4,500 square feet to 1,600 square feet. So we're offering villas, or what can be called a townhouse, which we think is still a luxury of villa, from a price range of 3 million dirhams to 8.5 million dirhams. It's what you are ready to step into, and it can be delivered in 12 to 14 months. No longer waiting for 3-4 years, as some of the large developers are saying, okay, put your money down, pay us in installments, and it'll be there in 3 years. Families want to move now. So that's what we can deliver.
Right. So how do you see this project coming up, and when are you going to launch it in Dubai?
So this is another thing we did. We said, maybe you'll see, maybe you go to a show here in Delhi or Mumbai, and they say, here's how it's going to look. Or if you're in Dubai, you go to an office suite in Business Bay and say, here's how it's going to look. We're going to say, we're building it.
Amazing.
So we're building two. We have a plot in Dubai South, which is where Sheikh Mohammed is moving the whole city. The world's largest airport is going to be there. So that's his vision. We're aligned with that vision. And we're building one of the 4,500 square foot villas and 3 of these townhomes, which are also luxury villas, right now as we speak. Construction is happening within the next, I would say 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, those will be done. And meanwhile, we're taking orders for, call it, the next 40 villas.
I would like to know more about the Zenova Living Dubai, the partners, the collaborators, and how these are helping you in getting what you wanted in Dubai.
Well, as an experienced United States developer, we're bringing our own vision, but you need to have people on the ground there too, right? So, I would say we took a long time exploring who was going to help us. And there's a lot of things that I think, and this gives a great amount of security for Indian investors, right? And in my 25 years of coming to India, I think that's the first question I get from a lot of, what is our security, right? What is our guarantee? And before we put a shovel in the ground there, we want to have the right construction partner. And we found them, which I'm happy to report. We have a construction partner that's been building in 20 years. For 20 years,
Amazing.
They have delivered thousands of units. They're associated with a very big name, and they have built for the biggest, the Amars, the Damacs of the world. So when it comes to RARA, is the real estate regulatory authority of Dubai, they know those hallways better than anyone, and they can ensure that an investor's money is properly placed into escrow and then is released as the milestones of our villas are constructed, right? So that was integrally important. I like to say that I have a 20-year plan for Dubai. Maybe it's 30 if the Lord is willing, right? So, my name is important in Dubai. I'm aligned with the local Emiratis there. I'm in business. I'm a partner in many different ways. So, I think that's important because as Dubai has evolved, it also is important. There's people that have come there very fast and they've fallen out of favor. We have a multi-decade plan there, so we want to be completely aligned with the right partnerships that are people that are building the villas for us.
Right. So as a global investor, do you see this kind of a Zenova living outside Dubai can be done?
It's a great question, my friend. I'd like to say we follow the data, right?
Okay.
And the data is, just as we're in the U.S., we follow, we do a lot of commercial, which follows population growth. And what we love about Dubai is everyone's coming to Dubai, right?
Absolutely.
And so we're that 16% year over year growth, which we believe is going to continue. We're basically filling a demand. And so if we can see other municipalities that have that demand, will go there. It's interesting. So the gentleman who runs our Dubai business, Salah Hagash, he is Saudi. And so we talk about Saudi a lot, right? and we say, could we see us taking Zenova to Saudi? And the answer is probably yes, but probably down the road, right? There's a lot of talk about Saudi. There's a lot of talk about the projects in Saudi, but is that migration happening in Saudi yet? Not yet. So I don't necessarily need to be first to the market, but when the data supports it, we'll be there because we think we have a very compelling strategy.
Indian investor, they're looking forward to have, always looking for a comparison between domestic investments and investment in abroad.
Yes.
So how do you see these investment get a better ROI, putting up money funds in your particular Zenova living project?
Yeah, so with regards to Zenova, here's how I look at it, and our partners in Dubai feel passionately about this too. I mean, it's no secret the number one nationality living in the UAE.
Yes, yes.
We know the answer, right?
Yes.
What is it?
Right. It's US people from US.
No.
Then
No. Of the almost 12 million people living in the UAE,
Indians, they're all
Indians.
Yes, right. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
So the Indian diaspora has
Yeah.
proven that that Dubai and the UAE is a number one migration spot.
Right.
Now, here is what I see the value of what Zenova is right now. And so the bigger developers have obviously created kind of this critical mass. Okay? But we all know here in India, and I was talking with my colleague on the way over, right? So if we're going to invest domestically here, can you get a villa or a townhouse with a backyard, with a pool, with a place to park a car? The answer is no.
Okay.
Right? You're still in a high rise, right? Right? And, to basically buy something with a yard is still very expensive here in India.
Right.
I can give you that in Dubai. The larger developers will give you that, but when it's finished, it's dirt.
Right.
You have to fill it in with your own landscaping, build your own pool. For starting at 3 million dirhams, which is, I would say about, I'm doing it off the top of my head, 4 crore, right?
Right.
I can give you a beautiful landscape backyard. I can give you a 3-story with a rooftop deck. I can give you a pool. So think about that migration now from family living, 4 bedrooms, right? I can now take the step from your family living from a high rise with a shared elevator to your own villa in Dubai.
It's very near to international airport also.
The world's largest airport,
largest airport.
right?
Yes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're on the border of Abu Dhabi now. You can work in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. So this all went into our thinking. And then you can even now go to the next step of a 4,500 square foot villa with a huge outdoor space,
Amazing.
larger pool, fire pit, kids play area. So that's what we thought about when we really thought about changing the vision of new life, if you will, Zenova, right?
So, Mr. Joe, you have any plans to look upon Indian market to be a developer, or you want looking for any joint venture to build such kind of a amazing masterpiece in India also?
Well, as I said, 25 years, India is definitely in my heart. The farther I fly away, I always come back, right? So, it'd be interesting to see, again, if the data can support that. I would probably need a great joint venture partner here that knows how to construct and find the right way. But we're always open to new exciting partnerships.
And I think we are also having one product called grocery anchored real estate.
Yes.
Which is more or a product wherein investor can get a monthly and yearly returns also. Just let us talk about that also. What is all about, and how do you see that product will change the definition of investment and returns? Yeah,
this is a great product. It's a fund we're launching. It's called the Concorde Essential Products Fund. So it allows an investor anywhere in the world to capitalize on, I would say, the most durable, risk-resistant asset class in the United States.
Wow.
So again, United States, no matter what you read in the paper, is still a 28 trillion GDP market. It's the gold standard. And one thing that happens for all of us Americans is we get in our car and we go to get our groceries every day. 85% of groceries are still bought in the store.
Wow.
And the way our retail is constructed in the United States is you have a grocery store. I'll name a few: Publix, H-E-B, Harris Teeter, Aldi, Whole Foods. Maybe you've heard is a national grocery store that's owned by Amazon. A lot of people don't realize that Amazon bought the grocery store.
Right.
And so they're in these retail centers. So probably 40% of the retail center is the grocery store. And then you have a lot of small shops that are next to it that are essential products you can't buy online. You can't order them on Amazon. These are nail salons. These are gyms. These are coffee shops. These are dry cleaners, right? These are healthcare places, right? So what will happen, and again, we use the data here. So basically, we use geospatial. I'll hold up my phone here. We use geospatial tracking, so we understand everyone that can come onto that shopping center, who they are, not their name. We don't know it's a Sanjeev, but we know Sanjeev, how old you are, what you do, where you live.
The
your
habits.
Exactly. And where you go afterwards, what you eat.
Right.
And so that helps us make very data-driven decisions on who we put in the small shops, how much they should pay for rent, how we negotiate for the rent, if the rent they're paying is actually appropriate for their sales. So we don't want to raise rent too much that their business will fail.
Right.
And I think that makes us in the 1% of the 1% of landlords. Wow. Because I think anyone who owns a business, maybe your landlord goes, it's time to raise your rent.
Yes.
But
it has to be data backed.
It has to be data driven, right?
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
You know, I can say, hey, your rent's 40, and somebody will say, well, I only want to pay 20, and maybe you end up in the middle. But if I say to you, hey, look, 88% of the people that step foot on here want your services, and the rent is 40,
Right.
they're going to say, okay, you've given me data. That's what any human being wants, is data.
So lots of investors, lots of viewers are investors basically, and they are looking forward to invest in US as well.
They can invest in our fund, and they can get a return. Go ahead.
So the question is that what type of short-term, long-term returns we can expect?
Yes.
And how is the exit, which is easy, hard, or difficult kind of?
Yeah, that's great. So we have two levels in our fund, and we've consciously done this so we can allow people to come in on a very small way and get returns, or a large way, and as you say, get the exit as well. Okay, so in U.S. terms, that's called a Reg A or a Reg D, or an accredited or a non-accredited. So basically, you can come in for $10,000 only, which is about 9 lakh, and basically still get about 14 to 15% annually on your money.
Great.
Right? And so we did that because even in the U.S., a lot of people that are what they say non-accredited investors, right, don't know how to invest in real estate, right? Or they're not able to invest in this real estate for these small amounts. So, you know, they can come in, they can get some monthly, we give returns quarterly. So they can use the returns on that 13, 14, 15% to pay, you know, monthly bills. You know, and they can say, hey, look, this is better than investing in the stock market. There's no volatility.
Right.
Because, again, these grocery-anchored centers are signing, the grocery store signs 20-year leases. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
And then the small shops, we are basically stabilizing those. We're complementing the center. We're taking expenses out.
Wow.
So, again, 3.5% vacancy in the Sun Belt of the United States. So there's very risk resistant. So this is steady cash flow. It's the best kind of cash flow.
Wow.
Okay? So that's on the small end. On our Reg D part of our fund, you can invest $250,000. Okay? So that's about 2.2 crore.
Right.
But you can now be exposed to the sales of the shopping centers.
Okay.
So as we basically stabilize these shopping centers, we hold them for a period of time, maybe 3 to 5 years, and then we sell them for a much appreciated price. So maybe, you know, over the course of that ownership period, you'll get obviously the annual returns, but then the value of the fund might be, in the high teens, 18 to 19% IRR.
Got it. Amazing.
And then we're refinancing them as we force appreciation as well.
Right.
So I think we thought long and hard about this fund, right? We wanted to give investors things we haven't seen in other funds. They don't need to be locked up for a period of time. So in our fund, they can stay 1, 2, 3 years.
Okay.
They can invest in a small way, but then maybe they like what they see. They can invest more.
And they can stay invested also. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we heard that. I am in a fund, apartment fund, right? Which I think was very good last decade. We can show you the stats. Not as good this decade, and I'm still locked up. 10 years I can't get out of this fund, and it's not giving me money anymore.
Right.
So I don't want any of our investors to be that way. I want them to always have optionality. If we're doing a good job for you, stay in our fund. If not, you can get out.
So Joe, when can we expect this fund to be launched, and how do we take this thing further?
All right. So the Reg D will be available in the next 2 weeks. The Reg A, which is the smaller ticket size, will be available because it's another very important thing. It's SEC qualified. The Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States basically stamps on it. It's qualified. You're protected by...
That is for Reg D.
That is for Reg A, the smaller
Reg A,
ticket size.
Okay.
So, but basically, it's authorizing the whole fund, right? So what that means is we have to get audited regularly.
Right.
We have to have a governance and transparency that no other fund has if they are not SEC qualified. So that should again give Indian investors very good confidence that we're doing a.
I would like to know what
yeah.
is the exit plan. Suppose an investor has put it some money. Do we have some type of timeline, or it could be 2 years, 1 year, or it has to be they can just intimate you and they can take money withdrawn in a month or 2 months or what?
So basically, the fund is set up that you can stay in 1, 2, or 3 years.
Yes. Okay.
Okay? And we actually have the whole fund tokenized too. So this doesn't exist now, but there will be secondary exchanges for tokenized funds where you can actually sell your shares on the blockchain going forward. But that's on the horizon as well. But in the documents, you can basically agree to stay 1, 2, or 3 years. Now, there's incentives to stay longer, obviously.
Okay.
But again, that's the optionality to stay in the fund or not. If we're doing a good job and providing you those returns, I would think you'd want to stay.
Right. So in India, many investors, those are first timers in real estate, be it in US, be it in Dubai. What advice you give to them so that they can be rest assured they can come to us and they can look upon some investment in Dubai with your project?
Yeah. So I would advise anyone, and again, this is why we launched Zenova, right? It's hard now when you're looking at something that has such a long completion date out there. A lot can happen in 3 years, right? So if you say, all right, buy something and we'll deliver it in 3 years. I know, I've done the same thing in Dubai. I'm just now getting handed over a property I bought in Dubai that I put the money down 3 years ago. I have sometimes a hard time thinking, what was I doing in my life 3 years ago, right? Think about your own family situation, right? Do you want to see this delivered in a year? I think any investment should have a short time horizon, right? That you see something come out of it. So that's why we listened to the market and said, what is it now, right? Dubai has a shortage. Are you planning to move to Dubai? Are you planning to see yourself in Dubai? Are you planning to take advantage of the market in a short time frame? That would be my investment. Or I'm sorry, my advice to an Indian investor, right? The longer the time frame goes out, more things can happen.
Right.
I think just like in anybody's life, right?
Absolutely.
So, find the right value. Now, again, some people think, well, I have longer to pay for it. That's not the right reason to make an investment decision. If you like the investment, you see yourself maximizing that investment, then look at it on a shorter time frame.
Yes. So Zenova living like development, you're looking at some other countries as well, or you're just putting up more focus in Dubai right now, and then might be you can look upon outside Dubai to do development kind of like that.
I think perhaps. I mean, our focus is very much in the UAE because the data supports it. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of inbound. There's a lot of opportunity, obviously, from a tax, from a jobs, from a vision. We're very much aligned with the leadership of the UAE right now.
Amazing.
Right? You see people coming from all segments of the world.
Yes.
Speaking for the India diaspora, number one percentage of people live in the UAE or India. So I think there's a commonality. I remarked this morning. Maybe your listeners don't know, there are 90 daily non-stop flights from India to Dubai. Maybe you didn't know that.
Yes. I don't know. 90 daily?
90,
90, my God.
from all the cities of India into Dubai and back and forth.
Great. Amazing.
So I think the access is definitely there.
Amazing. And any plan wherein you find India is a place where we can do some kind of a development, and in India, which city you're looking at basically?
Oh boy, now it's like picking your favorite children, right? Well, there are so many good things happening in India right now, and it gets to like what kind of business you're in, right? So now, Bangalore had the lead in IT, right? But now Hyderabad is coming up with IT and pharmaceuticals, right? Delhi has always been, the home of government and everything like that. And Mumbai and financial services. Gujarat, the state of Gujarat with industry, right? So it's kind of like, where do you want to base your business? And it's really cool. You can look at it and see, all right, what industries we want to be around? You can place yourself there, right? Don't forget about Chennai. Chennai is still good, right? So I see. Here I am. I'm going to offend somebody who's listening to this podcast.
So you must be some city. You must be having some favoritism, some particular city which you found that data backing by data. It's really amazing to put some investment development in India.
Well, I think, right now I like, Prime Minister was just in Mumbai with the new airport, right? So Maharashtra is now starting to bridge into Pune now. You have a lot of manufacturing there. We like what that is now happening. We like what's going on in Telangana with Hyderabad right now too. So and we know here I go again, right? Saying I could make a case for a lot of things right now. But right now we're focused on UAE. If we find a good local partner, we can do a lot of things in India. I know, I'm the chairman of the U.S. India SME Business Council as well.
Great, amazing.
So we're hopeful that our two governments get a trade deal done soon too, which I think we will. And we can continue doing great business between our two countries.
So technology, then real estate development. Now, in future, after 5 years, where do you see yourself basically? You like to diversify yourself?
I do. I'm always looking for new good things. We're also involved in biotech, where I think artificial intelligence is hand in glove next to it. But I do, in 5 years, I think you will see me spending a lot more time on this side of the world. I think there's a lot of beautiful growth, obviously in the Middle East and call it the Asian subcontinent. I think there's a lot of beautiful trends that are coming out of here. So I hope to be on this side, of course. With a foot still in my home. My children will be in university, so I'll have a little more time to spend here, not planes coming back and forth here. So, I think this is a very exciting time for the world. So as I said, if the good Lord continues to give me more years, then I plan to take advantage of them.
As far as grocery anchored retail fund is concerned, when can we expect that traction would be there and launch will be there? And also we are looking at same kind of a thing in Dubai also?
Oh yes. We're ready to go
because we can replicate any day if we are having a success story in US. we can definitely replicate that same business model in Dubai also?
With grocery anchored retail, so I have said, with that kind of growth, and that's why we love retail so much in the U.S., because it's services that feed the residential. And I believe you're going to see, and a lot of people in Dubai agree with me, that with so much residential growth, you need the services to provide that. With a city that's growing 16% year over year, you're going to see an evolution of retail. Services that need to see that. So, you go to Dubai, you see the Dubai Mall, right? Or you see the mall in Dubai Hills, right? Beautiful, upscale retail, the Gucci, the Chanel, and all of that, right? And then you see kind of, basically retail, on the street. You'll see this North American essential products retail starting to evolve and feed these suburban areas in Dubai. It won't all be enclosed malls. I think drive up that you see in North American develop. So we're aligned to capture that. As more people move to Dubai, you're going to see more of a suburban living, like probably you see in North America. With these large communities where people are going to want to go grab their groceries, grab their essential products. Right. So watch.
Because I see that the boom will happen in Dubai in coming years because of lots of nationalities is moving from different part of the world.
You're going to see that, right? You're going to see the Europeans are already there. I sit down, I talk with a lot of the locals, and I say, hey, look, my nationality, Americans, are yet to be represented as much. In Dubai, they really are. Yes. And they agree, and they say, we're seeing a small wave, but when the big wave happens, and it will. Right. I think people will really flock, and they'll be looking for the same things that we enjoy in America. This kind of essential retail where people come, they spend 45, 50 minutes kind of just gravitating around these retail centers, right? And it's not for the big high ticket items, it's the everyday essentials that we're used to getting. So that provides a big investment opportunity.
So, Mr. Joseph, it's very important to keep yourself free from free some time for yourself also. How do you take out time for yourself, and what do you do? You have been busy into technology, then real estate, then SRE. It's very important that somebody should be at peace and look upon yourself. What do you do in your time off?
I love this question, right? So we're blessed to live on the water in Florida, so that is great for us. We and spoken here, some nice Eastern holistic meditation practices, right? Some wellness, some mindfulness. We try to sit out and enjoy the water. We enjoy the stillness of the water when we're there. I was telling my colleague, maybe trying to try some of these Eastern styles of balance and Tai Chi and things like this, especially after a 15-hour flight back to the U.S.
Yes. That's
it's
very difficult. It's difficult actually.
That is our next phase, right? To get to mindfulness, some of this, and thankfully here you guys have perfected it. I'm hoping to steal a little of that. The yoga, the mindfulness, looking at peace and stillness. Beautiful. In Miami, at least, we're blessed with beautiful water, beautiful sunshine. So we have that as a nice backdrop, my wife and I, who works for the company also.
Yeah. So and when it comes to Indian investors, there are so many investors who are having 2 to 3 properties. And I see that there should be a portfolio villa also. So how do you see and what do you advise them when it comes to an investor who is looking for a villa but actually is not getting the same value and price?
Yeah, I would go back to bigger is not always better, right? The biggest name is always not the best. I'll probably make some enemies on this, but I don't. I'm a startup guy, right? So we always look for, there's a reason that there's the boutique entrants such as ourselves, because we can craft a very focused approach. And it doesn't need to be Zenova, but just look at the different entrants and look at how they're crafting, the quality. I mean, I can tell you right now, Mr. Sala, he literally goes through every component of the villas we're constructing. Every component.
Very nice.
And I've seen him argue.
The detailing. The detailing is there.
With the contractors.
Okay.
Just on finish, on everything, because he knows that's our standard right now. We've come and we said we're going to build to a quality standard. We have gone around, I can't tell you how many communities in Dubai we've gone through where if you put your foot against something, it'll go through the wall, right? We don't want to be that provider. So as you say, if you're going to do a villa, do it right. Our goal is not to build 2,000 villas, in a community or anything like that. We want to do very curated 20, 40, 60, curated, high quality, high impact, technology enabled. We haven't even talked about the technology in our villas. I'll just say a quick word. You come into the living room, facial recognition shows who you are.
Wow.
Sanjeev, they'll put up on the full wall screen, what is your happy place, as you say? Where's your time for yourself? Well, I like the mountains, or I like the beach. It'll put it up on there. There'll be an olfactory kind of smell that calms you.
Wow. That's a
Sit
new
down there.
experience.
So we're pushing the envelope on this. I mean, this is, Dubai is the city of the future. You should have a villa of the future.
Right.
So that is our goal with Zenova, and we're going to hit it.
That's really great and wonderful. The type and kind of projects you are doing, that's really amazing. And we are looking forward to have some more conversation with you. And in fact, the interaction, which is more lead towards amazing comprehensive thing, that's really great. And Mr. Joe, I would like to thank you for coming up in Tycoon Global Media Podcast. And this is really amazing, wonderful, and nice that you have taken out time for this particular podcast. And we sincerely, from our heart, we thank you. Thank
It's
you
my pleasure. Anytime, and great to see you again. And thanks for all your partnership in moving this forward.
Thank you very much, Dr.
All right.
Joe.